Vikrant, what exactly led to this decision? What prompted the BCCI to ask the KKR to drop the Bangladeshi pacer? Was it the massive backlash and the outrage against Shah Rukh Khan and Kolkata Knight Riders?
It indeed is, Anjali. It was inevitable, to be very honest. And I think it's just a corrective measure. We know the diplomatic relations have broken down between India and Bangladesh. We know that the Hindus are being killed in Bangladesh. So, when the auction happened and when Mustafizur Rahman was picked up for such a huge amount, I was among those who were very shocked. I thought no franchisee would go for the Bangladeshi players. Unofficially, as it may seem, no franchisee would go for any Bangladesh players. But when Mustafizur was picked up for such a huge amount, it was inevitable. It's just that the BCCIs had to intervene now, after Kolkata Knight Riders and Shah Rukh Khan have been facing criticism. I just go back in time, and wouldn't have that been better if the BCCI had not gotten the Bangladesh players as part of the auction pool. Remember, last year India were to tour Bangladesh. The series was postponed by a year. So this year the series is expected to happen, and Bangladesh Cricket Board only yesterday released the schedule of the tournament. And I'm sure that tour will also be cancelled or postponed or deferred. But the cricketing relations between India and Bangladesh are going to suffer. Like I said, it's just a corrective measure from the BCCI.
Vikrant, also does this set a precedent that geographical and political sentiments can affect the team composition in IPL?
Well, it happened in 2009. After the 26-11 attack, if you remember, the Pakistanis had been playing in the IPL. They played in the first season, and from the second season onwards, because of the issues between India and Pakistan, Pakistani players have not been playing in the IPL. Now, see, what happens is that you've got foreign players. It's not as if Mustafizur is the only foreign player that the KKR will have. They'll have others as well. And maybe, they also get to save that money. I think he went for some 9 crore rupees. Maybe now they can still buy a couple of pacers from the foreign pool if they want to. That's what they can do. But the fact is, if your country has an issue with another country, especially terrorism or any activity like the one which is happening now in Bangladesh, obviously cricket will be affected. And I think cricket is just a byproduct. Like I said, Kolkata Knight Riders had no business to pick Mustafizur in the auction, knowing well in advance that this was going to happen.
Right. Vikrant, is Mustafizur the only Bangladeshi cricketer that has been picked up by any team, or and if this diktat only applies to him or to any Bangladeshi cricketer that will be picked up in IPL?
No, Anjali, he's the only one this time. If you remember, the Bangladeshi players would play in the IPL, quite a few of them, but Mustafizur is the only one standing. He was the only one who was picked by any franchisee in this IPL auction.
Vikrant, we saw what happened in the Champions Trophy in 2025, and now we're seeing what is happening currently. And we just spoke to former cricketer Madan Lal also, who says that it's a very sad state of affairs, how politics is now impacting what will happen on the ground.
Anjali, ideally, these things should not happen. It's unfortunate that we now do not live in an ideal world. You spoke about the Asia Cup and now this. I think these are corrective measures, like I said. The BCCI should have preempted the situation. They knew, we knew. So when the auction was happening, Anjali, we knew that this was going to snowball into a major controversy. Like Madanji just said, it's not Shah Rukh Khan's fault. He wasn't sitting at the auction table. His CEO was, his head coach was, and they were the ones who were going for the player. But I think the moment KKR bought Mustafizur, I think we knew that also because of Shah Rukh Khan, obviously he'd be targeted by the Hindus. We all know that. So we knew that the moment Shah Rukh Khan's team gets Mustafizur, he will be targeted, and that's what happened. And like Madanji said, and like you said, Anjali, it's also the social media pressure which now which now dictates your actions. And I think it is because of that the BCCI has now suggested KKR, in fact told KKR to take him off.
Vikrant, in fact, a very pertinent point that is being missed by everyone is also that this recruitment of the Bangladeshi player was in fact done before the Deepu Das lynching happened in Bangladesh.
Partly true. A particular incident happened after the auction. But then, Anjali, over the last few months, and in fact, it's been a year now, India and Bangladesh are not getting along well. Like I told you earlier, India were to tour Bangladesh earlier this year, I mean in 2025. They said, okay, we're going to postpone the tour by a year, put it off by a year. And that was because of the issues between India and Bangladesh. Now, like I said, the tour is going to be, it has been slotted this year. In fact, Bangladesh Cricket Board announced the dates of that tour, and that tour will also get cancelled now. The auction happened this month. I mean, it's not as if the auction happened 3 months ago or 4 months ago or 6 months ago. It happened in December. So it was strange that Mustafizur's name was there. It was also strange that a franchisee went for him. But the reality is, sports and politics will now go hand in hand. And you've got to accept that because the social media dictates a lot of your decisions.
Vikrant, do you think that Bangladesh is on the path to become the next Pakistan for India as far as cricket is concerned?
It could happen. It could happen. We've not gone to war with them, to be very honest, like we have with Pakistan. So I don't know Pakistan is repairable or not. Maybe in Bangladesh, if there's a change in government, the government is more aligned towards India, like the earlier government was. Maybe the sentiment will change. But the Hindus getting killed, Anjali, cannot ever, be justified. So I don't know what's going to happen. But in terms of the world politics, I don't know. In terms of the world cricket politics, India and the Bangladesh Cricket Board will now not be seen hand in hand.
Vikrant, help us understand how do these developments, politics, backlash impact the players mentally?
Which players, Anjali? If we're talking about Mustafizur, I think he was lucky enough to be been picked. And now I think he will know that because of the India-Bangladesh issues that we have, his contract has been cancelled. So it's simple as that. The other players are not affected. The KKR team will be affected, like you said, the balance of the team, because when you go to the auction table, you look at particular players, you look at what your team may need, because this wasn't the main auction. This was the mini auction, and the mini auction is when you try to fill in the blanks. So maybe they needed a left-arm fast bowler, maybe they needed somebody who could bowl death overs, and they went for him. They'll have to change, simple as that.
Right, Vikrant, as you mentioned that this diktat is just for this Bangladeshi pacer that was picked up by the KKR, but with this particular move, there's a big message that the BCCI has in fact sent out to all the other teams.
Again, Anjali, the remaining teams do not have any Bangladeshi players. Pakistan, like we all know, do not feature in the IPL. So the only two countries that India have diplomatic problems now are Pakistan and Bangladesh. So the only Bangladeshi player has also been taken off. But like I said earlier, ideally sports has to be kept separate from politics. It's unfortunate that we do not live in an ideal world anymore. And you cannot keep these issues at abeyance. I mean, you will have to go with what is happening. In fact, when he was picked up, there were news items, but beyond that, nothing happened. It's just that the shrillness of the noises that have been coming out in the last 1 week on social media, on TV channels, and that is why the BCCI now wants to be seen as somebody who's taken this strong decision.
Right. So, Vikrant, do you think that the situation is only going to get intense from here on and that politics will now be very much a part of cricket and politics will be witnessed on the cricket ground as well?
Well, actually, that has been happening. Look at what happened in the Asia Cup. Ideally, maybe there was no need to play in the Asia Cup. There was no need for India and Pakistan to play together. But then that is the commerce of the world cricket. I mean, the India-Pakistan is different from India-Bangladesh. So they played in the Asia Cup. And if you recall, the Indian players refused to shake hands with them. And now that has set a precedent. And ideally, in cricketing terminology, like we say, it's not just cricket. It isn't cricket, but that is the reality. You don't shake hands with them, yet you play them. The Indian captain went to the press conference and he said he stands with the Indian Army and the victims and their families. So this also unprecedented. But, whenever India and Pakistan will play cricket, such things are going to happen. It's been happening ever since the Asia Cup. It happened in the under-19 level, at the junior Asian level, every level. So when India, Bangladesh play cricket, whenever they do play cricket, I mean, things could actually get uglier.
So Vikrant, what can be expected next as far as bilateral series are concerned between India and Bangladesh, or for that matter, any other series in which India and Bangladesh will be a part of?
The problem, Anjali, will be the Asia Cup. And the Asia Cup happens every 2 years. We had the Asia Cup in 2025 and the next Asia Cup will be in 2027. I don't know what's going to happen, whether the Bangladesh government will change and will it be pro-India or will it be anti-India? So a lot will depend on that. As far as the bilaterals are concerned, it is all part of the FTP, and the FTP is a mutual understanding between two cricket boards. So like I said, India and Bangladesh were to play a series in 2025, which they postponed by a year, which is slotted to be held this year. I don't think it is going to happen until the relations between India and Bangladesh improve diplomatically. I don't see any bilateral cricket between India and Bangladesh in the Champions Trophy or in the ICC tournaments or in the Asia Cup. That is where we'll clash with them.
Right, Vikrant, now that the BCCI has asked KKR to drop Mustafizur Rahman, will KKR be allowed to recruit any replacement?
Yes, they can. Anjali, they've got the money. If they want, they can have any replacement. If they don't want, that's fine with them. But I'm sure there's a pool of players, and soon I think you will get to hear from KKR. They will have to officially come and say that the contract with Mustafizur has been cancelled, and B, they may announce a replacement or two.